Hi guys, back here again to talk about some dolls. If you're new here, hi, hello, it's so wonderful to see you. You look great, by the way. Welcome to my channel that's all about fashion dolls and occasionally other semi-related things that interest me, but mostly fashion dolls. This here specifically is a little series I like to do every now and then, usually around once a month, where I just go through all the new and upcoming fashion doll releases and give my personal thoughts while keeping my viewers abreast of what's going on in the doll aisle. You could say I'm sort of like Pop Crave. It's really exactly the same thing. I sit at my computer and I call women flops and mothers, except the women in question are 11 and a half inches tall. Does that make it better or worse? I don't know. I'm not here to judge anyone except the dolls. I am here very explicitly to judge those. One thing to get out of the way before we get started. By the time you see this, I will be gone. Not permanently, just out of town for a while, which means I will be absent the week after this video goes up. I will be out there somewhere on vacation. Usually I like to do some sort of themed video for my birthday, August 29th, by the way, but this year I won't be around in time for it. I might still do something, just a little late. I don't know, I'm kind of running out of birthday ideas, but I'll think of something. We'll see. But that's enough about me. Let's get into these dolls. So, as always, we start with the mother of all mothers. Sometimes the flop of all flops, Barbie. And there's a few things from her this time around. First is the Fashion Frontier Collector's Doll, currently up for pre-order on Mattel Creations. She is, I think, quite interesting. Well, for one, I think she's pretty different from what we usually get with like a standard collector's Barbie, one that's not a collaboration. And that's nice. It seems like Mattel is starting to have fun again, or at least allowing their designers to have fun. Because this is a fun design. It's playful, it's referential, and it almost harks back to a better time for her adult Barbie products. All that said, she does cost $75. Now, we're talking about Mattel Creations. You already know what I'm going to say. Let's say it together. Overpriced. Yeah. And it's not a horrible price, actually, but it is... I mean, I look at this and I see the exact sort of clothes that other doll lines are giving us for $25, $30, $40 at most, because she's a cute doll, but it is a bodysuit and a clear plastic skirt, you know? This next one is interesting, the Keiichi Tanami collaboration doll. So this is sort of in the same vein as the Mark Ryden collection from last year. I think it was last year. Both are very significant surrealist pop artists, and I think it's so cool to see Barbie doing collaborations like this, honestly. She looks, insane, obviously, but that's very much the point. I'm not as familiar with Tanami as I am with Ryden, but I looked him up, and this is very, very much his style. She will be coming out August 23rd, which I believe will be after this video goes live, and she will cost $150. Now, I do think I'm a little more lenient on the pricing here, because this is a collaboration with an actual, respected industry artist, because you are buying what is essentially a work of art from that artist. Not that other dolls aren't works of art, because they are, but I feel like I'm not explaining this very well, sorry. It's still quite a lot of money, but from what I can tell, it's pretty in line with what you would pay for any other artwork from this artist, so does that make it fair? I don't know. I guess it really comes down to if you're a big fan of his work or not. Next, another Mattel Creations drop, the Barbie movie Campfire Scene 2-pack with Ken and Barbie. Also currently up for pre-order right now for $100. I think the dolls look good. I like their faces. I especially love the updated Margot Robbie sculpt. She looks beautiful. This is just not a $100 set. It's not. And I understand it's probably annoying how often I complain about prices. I get it. It's like not really all that fun for me either. Because half the time, like this time, I don't even dislike the products. I just really, really don't want to pay that much for them. This is also another personal gripe, but I just really, really hate the made to move joints, and that's on any doll. I know I'm losing this battle. I know a lot of people like them, but I don't. I think they are just so awful to look at. Last thing from Barbie for now, some new fashionistas. There's a new wave incoming, and I don't know the exact release date just yet. Some people are saying late 2024, others are saying early 2025. But these look nice in a way that makes me sort of optimistic for the future direction of Barbie. Maybe just because I do not see a single t-shirt dress. Like, is it over? Are we free? Does Barbie have permission from Mattel to serve again? I guess time will tell. There are also two other new fashionistas, one created in partnership with the American Foundation for the Blind, and another with the National Down Syndrome Society. I feel weird passing judgment on dolls like this that are obviously meant to serve some greater purpose than to just be fashion dolls, but I think the reception to these has been really nice. I think it's definitely worth looking up videos and reactions from people who are buying or receiving these dolls who belong to the groups they represent. Because it's not only a reminder of how important the representation is, but it's just interesting to see the way these dolls were designed with these groups in mind, such as the blind doll, who's designed to be very tactile, things like that. Next on the agenda, a few things from Disney. First is the continuation of the Midnight Masquerade series of limited edition dolls. 6 new dolls, which will be released gradually throughout the next few months. A part of me is like, okay, this series has been running for, 5 years now? Maybe it's time to let it go, to move on, but the dolls are, I guess they're pretty nice, and I definitely can't complain about Alice getting another Ellie doll. I'm always here for more Alice dolls, and I think she looks really, really cute. I really adore this look on her, especially the huge bow in the back. Ariel looks not bad. She's just had so many LE dolls at this point that I feel like a lot of them sort of blend together for me, unless they really stand out, and I'm not sure this one really does, but it's not a bad look by any means. She still looks very pretty. Snow White she's Snow White. I don't think I've ever felt particularly impassioned by Snow White one way or the other. She's cute. The embroidery looks nice. I'm just not a Snow White girly. Mother Gothel is serving. Gaston and the Queen of Hearts, they're a little goofy looking for my taste. And I understand that's the point. It would be much worse to fundamentally change how they look for their doll releases. I just have no significant attachment to these characters, especially not enough to pay for a limited edition doll of them. But they have their audience, and I'm sure they'll enjoy these. There's another group of limited edition dolls, but these are from Mattel, the Disney Princess Enchanted Elegance collection, which are currently up for pre-order for $75 each on Mattel Creations. When I first saw these, I was surprised. For one, I think they're a huge step up from the Radiance collection we got not too long ago. And honestly, I just really did not expect to see dolls on this level from Mattel. Period. Really, I'm impressed. I'm actually impressed. So, Ariel. I think because Ariel is my favorite princess, I do tend to be a little more nitpicky with her dolls. She is my least favorite of the collection, which is not to say she's bad. She's not. I do like the sort of high fashion couture structuring they've given her gown. It's just, I don't know, a mermaid style dress for a mermaid again. But her face, her makeup, and her hair is all really, really beautiful. Rapunzel, I think she looks really good. The layers of the skirt, the fabrics, the color choices in particular are really nice. The crown braid, the ponytail, all the way down to the floor and then some. The corset lacing, real corset lacing. I'll admit, sometimes I do wonder if I'm like genuinely impressed or if I've just seen so many terrible, terrible dolls from Mattel that when I see the bare minimum, I'm just like, oh my god, incredible. And then there's Mulan, who is absolutely stunning. Again, the colors, everything, really, I think she's so gorgeous. I was a little iffy on the Mattel Disney sculpts at first, but they've really grown on me a lot, especially in these collector dolls. So, I guess keep up the good work, Mattel. Next, let's talk about the upcoming assortment for the Wicked movie, which I am so excited for. I cannot wait. A big surprise, right? The twink who majored in theater is excited for the Wicked movie. So there's basically 3 tiers of dolls so far. There's the singing dolls, which appear to be on the lower side of things. These dolls don't have any extra articulation, and the outfits are, well, in a few words, very, very cheaply made. Glinda's in particular features quite a lot of printed on details, but they do make noises, they do sing. The price I'm seeing for these is $25, and I'm hoping that's not correct, because that's really pushing it, I think. The face molds, though, I definitely don't hate them as much as some people, but I do think they could be a lot better. I think the smirks they gave to both of them pretty unnecessary. I think a more neutral expression, even just a basic smile, would have suited the dolls a lot more, in my opinion. I also think for Ariana, they did her a little dirty with the eyebrow placement. They're just so high up for some reason, and it kind of throws everything off. I mean, she's cute, though. She definitely does look like Ariana. There is also the Ozdust Ballroom dolls, which are, I suppose, the basic standard releases. And these look nice. The outfits look well made. They have a few accessories. The price I see for these is $26, so $1 more than the singing dolls, which is, I don't know. The licensing for the music probably cost Mattel a fortune, now that I think about it, but I don't need my dolls to sing. In fact, I would prefer my dolls to be silenced, so I guess I would prefer to pay for better outfits. The assortment also includes a Nessa doll. The sculpting on her wheelchair looks nice. That's a great piece. The doll herself, too many things printed on. She just looks really, really cheap, which is unfortunate. There's honestly a point where, like, leaving the dress completely blank would be preferable to printing on every single detail. And then there's the $40 deluxe dolls. Deluxe being in huge quotation marks, because I honestly don't think they look significantly more impressive than the Ozdust Ballroom dolls. The outfits they're wearing are more, like, iconic, I suppose. Like, if you're gonna buy a Glinda doll, of course you're gonna want one in a big, poofy ball gown, because that's Glinda, so I get it, but I don't know, there's just certain things I definitely think could have been executed a little better. Next, we have a few things from Monster High. First are the collaboration Wednesday dolls. There's 3 dolls in this one. There's the basic Wednesday and Enid dolls, and then there's the Wednesday in the dance dress. And these are fine. I did watch Wednesday. I liked it. I don't know if I loved it, but there's always going to be a place in my heart for nonsense, supernatural teen dramas. I will say, I at least appreciate that these are going to be regular releases, like in stores, on Amazon. No special drops. They should not be too difficult to buy if you want them, God willing. It is a little off-putting to see dolls in the Monster High style that are ostensibly very human, but Otherwise, I don't have anything incredibly negative to say about them, but I also don't have anything incredibly positive either. No thoughts, head empty on the Wednesday dolls, I'm afraid. Next, Cleo Denial is getting a holiday release. She will cost $45, and I think I like her. I think she's absolutely, definitely an improvement over Claudine from last year, which is unfortunate because Claudine deserved a way better doll than what we got. But I really like how they incorporated aesthetics and the silhouette from genuine ancient Egyptian clothing, which is actually not something they do very often with Cleo. You know, the inspiration is usually a little more surface level. I don't know if it really says holiday, though, which could be a plus for some people. I don't know. Personally, I don't really like traditional Christmas aesthetics, so for me, it's mostly fine, but overall, pretty good. I like her. We have more Cleo with the Mummy Majesty's Cleo Nephra Denial 2-pack. So this is our first new Nephra doll in a long while, and I am pretty disappointed, I will say. I do not like these dolls at all. And I think it's because, honestly, if you told me this was a G2 release, I think I would believe you. I think I would be like, oh, I don't remember this coming out in G2, but it sure looks like it did. You're probably right. The colors are just so garish. They look so cluttered, but then you look closer, you see that there's not really anything going on. There's just some mini dresses with big, clunky plastic pieces over them. I'm not impressed. These dolls should have been a lot better than this. It's a hard pass from me. Alright, last but not least, some new LOL Tweens dolls. 2 new assortments, actually, but both just have 2 dolls in each. First is the Neon Pop Stars collection, which features Thea Stars and Kitty K, who are extremely legally distinct from Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande. Definitely. But I saw these and I thought, maybe the tweens are back on their game. Because, you know, the last few releases haven't really been hitting for me. But these, I think they look pretty good. And it's also definitely what LOL Surprise does best, right? Which are nondescript celebrity references. It definitely comes off a little convenient, I guess, or coattail writing even, but I do think the designs are pretty fun, and I'm sure it's fun for kids too to be able to recognize who these dolls are supposed to be. Then there's the Winter Snow line, which has Candylicious and Violet Snow. If you didn't know, Kitty K and Candylicious are characters in the OMG lineup, the adult dolls, so it's a little strange that they're being introduced into the tweens line, but it's fine. It's not like LOL Surprise ever really had any sort of timeline or canon, and I like both these characters, so I'm not opposed to it. Anyways, I love a cute winter doll. Candylicious, I think the rabbit ear loops in her hair are a little silly, but she really is just such an adorable, basic winter doll. Kind of perfect, really. Simple, yes, but not necessarily in a bad way. Violet is cute too, but Candylicious, she takes it for me. I don't think they're as incredible or memorable as some past tween dolls have been, but I do think the line is on an upward trajectory now. I hope they only get better. And that is everything that I had on my list for today. As always, thank you so much for watching. It is, of course, now your turn to go down there in the comments and tell me all your thoughts. Tell me which dolls you're most excited for, which ones you're getting, which ones you already got, and also which ones you're not getting, because I support being a hater as long as you keep it cute and you keep it civil. And when you're done with all that, just be sure to like and subscribe for any future fashion doll content. Now go out and get those dolls.